Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on this Nectar of Devotion. So today we are going to do chapter 10, Techniques of Hearing and Remembering. So now the Teti Smaranam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So now step by step we're going to go into that detailed studies. Anyway, today is August 5th, 2025, Tuesday. So we gathered here and today is a very auspicious Ekadasi. So we are still in the month of Chaturmasya. So for some, today is the starting day of fasting on from yogurt. You avoid yogurt for a month. But those who started from Paurnami, this coming Paurnami is on Saturday, Balaram Purnima. So from that day onwards, you can fast on yogurt. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Anyway, I would like to welcome Gandhi Mataji, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, Dandadevi Mataji, and Chana Lakshmi Mataji for today's this thing. All right, so let's do our invocation prayer to invoke auspiciousness. Om Aiknanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasme Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ti Namine Shri Varshapanavi Devidayita Ekripavdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padam Bujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidanandaramine Gaura Shakti Sarupai Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhama Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpadarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavevayo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Garuti Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Swari Vrishabhanusthiri Vipranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Shri Gaura Bhaktoranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Shripada Krishna Putali Shrimati Jayapataka Swami Tinamini Namacharya Padaya Nitya Kripa Pradayani Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagra Ramatarini Hari Om Tatsit. Hare Krishna. So I'm so excited to see all of you today. So today we are starting our chapter 10 on Nectar of Devotion. So what we have studied about in chapter 9, a quick recap. All right. So the title was a further consideration of devotional service. First thing we studied about blasphemy, that why we should not blaspheme a devotee is very dangerous thing. All right. It will, first of all, it uproot the bhakti from the root itself. All right. So you're going to lose everything that you work on, all the good things that you have done, all your auspicious, all your good luck. It's just like you're supposed to be the prince in the kingdom, but just because of some mistake, you get kicked off and your brother become the king. Just a split second, lifelong regret. So like that, a split second of our anger, of our ego, and all these kind of things, when we start to blaspheme a devotee, when we start to find fault or try to create a propaganda, we are getting a disaster result. All right. Our bhakti will leave us. So we spoke about the 10 offenses, which is very important. And the core offenses is chanting without attention. Once you're chanting without attention, everything is gone. Everything you made you don't take seriously. And secondly, of course, don't go and check out things on social media. And all the social media is a very satanic place, right? We think that we are trying to preach, we try to learn. No, it doesn't work that way, right? If possible, try to come out from all these nonsense Facebook, and because some or other people send something and you're going to read it and you're going to get upset, right? Unless from day one that you get rid of all this and stick. All right, so must be very careful. Blasphemy. Second is the reason of putting tilak and tulasi beads. All right, that was the second topic we have spoken. Whoever wear tilaks and have this tantimala or tulasi beads like this on the breast, okay, we don't get visit. I mean, Yamaraj have encouraged not to disturb such a person. And another thing is accepting flower garland. You know, there's a thing, and dancing before the deity. We discussed that. Bowing down in honor of the deity. Whenever we see the deity, we have to always bow down. Then we also spoke on standing up to receive the Lord. So when you see the deity coming, you have to stand up, following the deity, like you follow the Radha Yatra. Circumambulation of temple of Vishnu, go around, circumambulation at least 4 times. Archana, and we also spoke about Archana. So Archana means worshipping the deity in the temple. By executing this process, one confirms himself not the body but a spirit soul. All right. So temple worship, the worshipping the deity in the temple is Archana. All right. We may think we got a deity in the house, so no need to go to temple. No. At home, you don't do Archana. You have to go to the temple and do Archana. We spoke on that. Rendering service to the Lord, singing, and Sankirtan. So when a person loudly chant, it's Sankirtan, it's very glorious. And we also spoke on Japa. Japa, chanting the mantra with him softly and slowly is called Japa. So the takeaway point, softly and slowly. And submission, okay, we had a very long discussion, at least I think for 2 or 3 days on submission, right? Submission, yes. Second one, third one, yes. At least 3 days, we spoke about submission, very detailed. Then, of course, reciting notable prayers, partaking prasadam, how a person should take prasadam. As I said, we should not eat in front of the deity, and the importance of Charnamrita. And of course, the takeaway that we have discussed is don't talk stories while taking prasadam. Prasadam has to be very, what they call, should be very private. You take it, you eat it in a nice way, and honor every piece of it. Drinking Charnamrita, smelling the incense flower offered to the deity, touching the deity, all right? Those who are doing deity worship, seeing the deity, and observing Arati and celebration of the Lord, all right? So all we have covered in the 9th chapter. So today, we're going to start on chapter 10. So when let me check, double check. Okay. Right? So chapter 10, we're going to discuss on techniques of hearing and remembering, how to hear and how to remember. All right. So maybe all this while we are doing it in certain way. I mean, who knows whether we are doing the right thing. So we take that instruction from Rupa Goswami and Srila Prabhupada. So technique of hearing and remembering. Then next we're going to study on aspects of transcendental service and further aspect of okay. So like that. So the first thing is hearing and remembering. Okay, that's a topic that we're going to start today. Okay. So I hope you all have the book with you, have a paper and pencil, take note or take a snapshot. If at all you don't have that facility, maybe you can just take a photo snapshot of it. Okay. So now we're going to discuss on this topic, technique of hearing and remembering the Lord. Okay, what are the techniques? All right. So instruction number 43, Ata Shravanam. Shravanam nama charita guna dinam shrutir bhavet. Okay, when you see, this is actually instruction by Rupa Goswami, all right? It's not quoting from any verses. So it's quoted in first ocean, second wave, text 170. Or in other words, we are talking about text number 170. So now we're going to talk on hearing. Very important. As long as a person can hear, even in our ordinary life, all right, we can avoid a lot of conflict. The problem with human beings, sometimes they don't like to hear. They love to speak. Trying to speak is a kind of false ego where you're trying to prove a point and try to prove your scholarship or try to prove your greatness, right? So hearing is very important. That's why the first verse starts from hearing. We have to hear, because hearing is what they call is a first step. It's a first step of achieving to become a pure devotee. We actually, when we really look at it, we really don't have that qualification to speak, because we are terribly conditioned. But by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we somehow or other come to the level of speaking. So what you should speak, if you are going around speaking about Krishna and everything, don't speak something which you don't know, and don't speculate. You should only speak what you have heard. Yeah, there's so many people are speaking, fair enough. So choose a person who's going to be your mentor, right? In Malaysia, I think so far there's no mentoring system. Of course, in America, they have the mentoring system, and I've got a mentor. So like that, you create a person that you want to make a mentor and hear from him and just stick to him. And how to identify the mentor? Not his social status or what. When you are very impressed the way of his scholarship, like my mentor is Pran Govinda Prabhu, is amazingly, what they call this thing. He could just handle all kinds. So it just suits my flavor. All right. So now the first thing we're going to this thing. So here Prabhupada says, the beginning of Krishna consciousness. How are you going to start Krishna consciousness? How? And devotional service. Krishna conscious pure bhakti and devotional service, bhakti. How? The beginning, we started in that way, is hearing. The beginning of Krishna consciousness and devotional service is hearing. In Sanskrit called Shravanam. Right, it's called as Shravanam. All people should be given a chance to become and join devotional parties. All right, all people should be given the chance to become and join devotional parties so that they may hear. Talking about it, let me quote you one of the things from Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, text 30, if I'm not mistaken. Text 30. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the offenses, one of the offenses is not to instruct a faithless person in the chanting of the holy name. You all remember that? In chapter 3, text 29, Karma Yoga, in the last paragraph, Prabhupada explained, men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities of Krishna consciousness. Men who are ignorant, they cannot appreciate the activity of Krishna consciousness. And therefore, Lord Krishna advises us not to disturb them. Simply waste valuable time. But the devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord. So the devotees of the Lord is more kind than the Lord itself. The Lord says, don't disturb them. But the devotees even more kind. All right? Because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risk, even to the point of approaching ignorant men and try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for a human being. So now, it is what it says here. So now, all people should be given. Even the person is not qualified. So Prabhupada is explaining all people. All right. So Krishna says, don't disturb all people. But here it says, all people should. That means they should be given a chance, should be given the chance to come and join devotional parties. For what? They come and do, they go around the street, they sing Hare Krishna, and they distribute books and everything. So for what? What is the purpose? So that they can come and they may hear. So that they can come and listen to the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. This hearing is very important. Very important for progressing in Krishna consciousness. In order to progress in Krishna consciousness, hearing is very, very important. When one likes his ears to give oral reception, when one links his ears, a person links his ears, that means his ears is linked, all right, links his ears to give oral reception to the transcendental vibration, he can quickly become purified and cleansed in the heart. What does that mean? What does that mean? Right? It says here that if a person, okay, when a person links his ears, connect his ears, link means connecting his ears to give oral reception. Oral reception means I am ready, I'm getting ready to hear. I'm getting ready to listen. I'm getting prepared to hear and listen. All right. So when we listen, oral reception, all right, to what? To the transcendental vibration. All right. Here it's Prabhupada is mentioning transcendental vibration. And what is a transcendental vibration? Is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, actually we are vibrating. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You can feel the vibration. So you give to the transcendental vibration or the spiritual vibration. So what happened to him? For him, he can quickly, it doesn't take so much of time. He quickly, what happened? He becomes purified and his heart is cleansed. All right, his heart is cleansed. Lord Chaitanya affirmed that this hearing is very important. It is not only Acharya says, even the Lord himself, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said. He affirmed, yes, he confirmed it, right? He confirmed it, that this is very important. Why it's important? It cleanses the heart, right? So it cleanses the heart from the contaminated soul. Cleanses the heart of the contaminated soul. So what does that mean, contaminated here? How we can understand the word contaminated, right? What does this mean? So the contaminated means we are passed through this life millions and trillions of times. In every birth, we take some experience, all right? Say like, for instance, you did your primary school. You took some experience when you went to the secondary school. And you went to the secondary school. You get some experience, you carry to college. And after you get, then you go into university. You carry some experience from college to the university. Then after that, you born in certain family, in certain tradition. Okay, in certain family, certain tradition and all these kind of things. But now, what happened? Now from here, you got a scholarship to do your education maybe in overseas. Maybe you go to England, right? Or you go to America. You go there, you come back. You don't come back as the person that you were before. You come back as a newly transformed person. Maybe in your family, they say, girls should be very obedient. Girls shouldn't sleep after 6 o'clock. 6:30 p.m., a girl should not sleep. Very inauspicious. All right? And the girl must do this, do that, do this, example, all this. But the person, they've been growing up like that. But once they go to America, they come back, they say, no, women have rights. The girl have equal opportunity, equal rights. The girl is not necessary to do that. Then after they come back, then of course, there'll be some clashes. Some or other, they start to learn. All right, they start to become sober. Yeah, actually, you know, especially the mother start to grumble, you know, hey, our culture, don't spoil it. Something like that. Then after that, we get married. After we get married, we bring whatever conditioning that we had our family, we bring to the new family. So the husband will bring one and you bring one. Wife will bring one. And of course, there'll be clashes in the family. In my family, I grew up like this. The husband says, in my family, I grew up that way. But somehow or other, you compromise. You created your own conditioning. And you bring up your children accordingly. So even in this one life itself, there's so many conditioning. And all this conditioning, which is materially motivated conditioning, is contamination. Because the matter is dirty. This matter is dirty. Tell me any matter which is clean. You can take a nice flower or nice plants, right? Once the plant dies, it turns into, it start to dry. First, it start to this thing, and of course, after some time, when you put in something and you open up, it smells, it stinks, right? The end product is stinks. We take care of our body very nicely. We eat nice food, we take care, we put perfume here and there and everything. But anything that extracted from the 9 holes, our body got 9 holes. That's why what Krishna says in Gita, the kingdom of 9 gates. In Gita, we understand that, right? Navadvara. Navadvara. Nava means 9. Dvara means holes. Anything that come out from that means, what is the holes in our body? 2 eyes, 2 nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then anus and genital. Anus, extract, and genital to procreate. Total 9 holes. Anything that come out from this 9 hole is dirty, is smelly, is contaminating. You dig your ears, whack. It's on your own body. You got a nose and you're breathing every day. You dig the nose and smell, whack. Hey, how come? I've been always breathing in with the same thing, no? So everything, even after we leave the body. So everything in this body is contamination, right? So in order to create that contamination, that means we have been contaminated. Even in this one birth itself, we have so much of contamination. And imagine we have taken millions and trillions of such birth. And imagine the amount of contamination that we are carrying with us. And this contamination is impossible to be destroyed, right? It is impossible. It is just like we are in the disease situation. We can't get rid of the disease. But sometimes when you go to the hospital, we stay in first class room, right? We are staying in a first class room, single, with air condition, with some LCD TV, with some internet facility, some nice comfortable bed. We think we are very happy. But the thing is, we forget that we are in disease, we are in the hospital. So like that, so in order to get rid of all the contamination in the heart, it is not possible by any other effort. The only effort is by hearing. Because when we hear, it cleanses the heart of the contaminated soul. All right? So for what? So he becomes quickly. The word quickly is very interesting. Quickly. It's quickly we become qualified to enter into devotional service and to understand Krishna consciousness. What is the verse in Bhagavad Gita? Can anyone quote me the verse? Durena Hyavaram Karma. What is the verse? Can anyone recall? Chapter 2 text. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you're audible.
Okay. All right. So where we can understand this? So we can hear the contamination soul so that he become quickly qualified. So that means first thing is you have to be quickly qualified. Qualified for what? To enter into devotional service. All right. So why I enter into devotional service? So once I enter into devotional service, sadhana bhakti, that's when I can understand Krishna consciousness. That's when I can come to the pure devotional service. So where it's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 49, please mark this thing. 2:49. All right. Please write it in your note. 2:49. What he says, Durena Hyavaram Karma, Buddhi Yogat Dhananjaya, Buddhi Sharanam Anvicha, Krippana, miser, Krippana, Pala Hetava. So Durena means what? Durena means far, Duram, very, very far, Duranam, Hyavaram Karma. Throw away all this abominable nonsense far away. All right. So keep all abominable activities. All that abominable activities, all these anarthas, all this nonsense, Put it far, far away. All the contamination, throw far away. Durama, durena. What? Hyavaram karma. Abominable activities. Right? Okay, far distance. How? How can we put away all the things? I love to eat meat. I love to go party at night. I love to drink beer. I love to buy big cars. I love to go and dance in the disco. I love to flirt with girls. Right? I love to drink coffee. I love all these kind of things. But I understand I need to throw this away. I love to go to KTM, Kuda Toto Magnum. I need to tekan some number and I want to strike big money. I have struck before. I've seen people striking what, 4, 5 million now, 15, 20 million. Suddenly I dream about something. Why not I just go to tekan, you know? I want to do that. But now we understand all these are impediment in your devotional service. It's going to be a stumbling block in your devotional service. Therefore, I need to put it away. But it is a strong thing. How can I put away something which I love the most? I love doing it. And now forcefully I have to put it outside. But if I forcefully put it outside, it will come back to me in a vigorous way. Right? Just like you got a very German Shepherd or Doberman dog outside, you tie the flea and put the flea and don't give him food for a few days. All right? He tried to pull, cannot pull, and he doesn't give food. You just tie him outside. One day you untie him, the dog will come and attack you back. The dog will attack you. The dog that is take care will attack you back. Pussy very. Now, similarly, you're putting away all your unwanted, all your desire outside. You're tying it artificially. It's going to attack you back. The question is, how? So it says, Durena Hyavaram Karma. How? How are you going to put it away? Through Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga is what? There's another word for Buddhi Yoga is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is also Buddhi Yoga. Because when you try to do Bhakti, you are actually purifying your Buddhi, your intelligence. So he said, Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Oh, Dhananjaya, oh, Arjuna, through your intelligence, through devotional service. Right? And Buddha, in that Buddhi, through that consciousness, Sharanam Anvicha, surrender unto me. All right? In that consciousness, you put away everything, true knowledge. Once in that, you surrender unto me. All right? Then after that, Krishna also wants. But those who want to enjoy the fruit are Kripana, miser. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of the work is Kripana. So like that. So we understand from here that if he becomes quickly qualified, so when we go on chanting, we are purifying our buddhi, intelligence, all right? So once we come, you quickly enter into the devotional service, right? Enter the devotional service. And after that means all that anarthas, everything like put away, durena, hyavaram, everything throw away at the side. And in that thing, you will understand Krishna consciousness. Are you all following me on this? Any question? All good? Thumbs up if you're following me. All right. Now, okay, now let's go to the next verse. Tatra nama sharanam, so tatra nama shravanam yate garude. All right. Shangshara sarpadasta nasta chestaika beshajam krishneti vaishnavam mantram shrutva mukta bhaven naraha. 1:17, quoted from where? Very interesting. The book that everyone is afraid. Garuda Purana. Garuda Purana. Okay, in the Garuda Purana, all right, how many of you dare to read Garuda Purana? All right, every one of you read. If you're going to read Garuda Purana, you're going to have a sleepless night. Right? Tottadala Pavam. Is the Pavam, and of course, he'll explain to you the 64,000 types of hell. that you're going to enjoy, right? So Garuda Purana. So it's very, very scary. Everybody's really afraid. But let's see what Garuda is speaking. All right. We understand the important part of Garuda Purana. What it says, the Garuda Purana, the stress on hearing is expressed very nicely. The stress of hearing, why you must hear, they're stressing the point, making a point. It is said that the state of conditioned life. So conditioned life, you understand, because a lot of conditioning, contamination. Life in the material world is just like that of a man lying unconscious. So Garuda Purana is explained, the state of conditioned life in this material world is just like a man fainted, unconscious, fainted, right? He's in a fainted situation. Having been bitten by a snake. When a snake bites, the man fall unconscious. Okay. Why? This is because both such unconscious state can be ended by the sound of mantra. This is because both such unconscious state, that means all that unconscious state can be ended. Like sometimes there's a kind of mantra they chant when a person is bitten by the snake. They chant mantra, pop, they can awake, or they smell something. Similarly, the unconscious state of conditioned life, the unconscious, that means you are unconscious, you are fainted in that level, can be ended. You can stop that unconsciousness. That means you can be revived from your deep, what they call your slumber, your sleep, can be ended by the sound of a mantra. Can you see that? When a man is snake bitten, he does not die immediately. Prabhupada explained. When a snake bites, he doesn't die immediately, but first become unconscious and remain in a comatose condition. Comatose condition means like coma, right? He remain in the unconscious and remain in a comatose condition, not comatose condition. He's like a coma, is this thing. Anyone who is in the material world is also sleeping. Anyone who is in the material world is also sleeping. Why? Because he's ignorant of the actual self. Because he's ignorant of his actual self or his actual duty and his actual relationship with God. So materialistic life means that one is bitten by the snake of Maya. This is bitten by the snake of Maya. Maya means illusion. And thus, without any Krishna consciousness, he is almost dead. He is almost dead. Now, the so-called dead man bitten by the snake can be brought back to life. He can be brought back to life by chanting of some mantra. There are expert chanters of these mantras. Okay, there are expert chanters of these mantras who can perform this feat. Okay, sometimes when the snake is bitten, there are some expert chanters. They can simply chant the mantra, the snake effect will be reduced. All right, there is some people like that. Similarly, one can be brought back into Krishna consciousness from the deadly unconscious. Prabhupada says deadly unconscious of material life by hearing the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the conclusion that we can understand from Garuda Purana, you're going to go through all these kind of things, condition, you're going to go through all the hell. But ultimately, the chanting of mantras can revive a person from his coma state. Right? So now the question is like this. We should ponder about this statement here. Let me choose one color. What color is this? I think I should use red. Okay. Right? The Prabhupada is saying, one can be brought back into Krishna consciousness. What does it mean, brought back? Right? If you have a house, you run away from the house, your family will catch you and bring you back to that house. Formerly, you were in that house. You ran away and they bring you back. But now the question is, one can be brought back into Krishna conscious means what does that mean? I was not a Krishna conscious before. How can I be brought back into Krishna conscious? You must be someone, you have to do something, right? If you run away from the jail, first you have to be imprisoned. Then you escape. Then the guard will catch you and bring you back because formerly you were there. But now the question is brought back into Krishna conscious. I was not a Krishna conscious before. What does it mean by brought back? So we understand here. Originally, every living entity is Krishna conscious by nature. That's why when people who simply chant the Hare Krishna mantra or something, the doctrine of a Krishna consciousness, it is very attractive. Why? Because that is the natural constitution. But what stopped them from coming and dedicating their life? The sense enjoyment. The sense enjoyment. Other than Krishna consciousness, all types of religious process is sense enjoyment. You become a Christian, the paradise is guaranteed because Jesus shed his blood for the sin so that we all can go to heaven. All right. So, and you can do whatever you want, no problem. And if you become a Muslim, you can marry 4 wives. You can eat meat. After you give up the body as a faithful, you can go back. 72 virgins are waiting for you in the heaven. In Torah, like that, even in Hinduism, you do this thing, you can go to heaven. You do this thing, you can go to heaven and drink somaras. You know, you can booze with Indra. Cheers! You can drink somaras. It's a kind of heavenly beer, wine, right? You practice celibacy here so nicely, you can go there, you can enjoy with Gandharva and Apsaras. All these are this thing, right? So everything. So, but only Krishna consciousness is the place he says, enough. All that enjoyment that you've been enjoying all this lifetime, you never enjoyed. You suffer even further. Give it up. Now, dedicate your life. Prabhupada says, just use this one lifetime for Krishna. So, they start to practice Krishna consciousness. So, only Krishna. So, that means go back to Krishna consciousness. We are originally Krishna conscious, but because in between, we have given up. Right? And of course, the mantra that we chant is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? In Canto 4, chapter 29, text 40, quoted in 172. Charitra Shravanam Yate Chaturte Tasmin Mahan Mukarita Madhubik Charitra Piyusha Shesha Sharita Parita Shravanti Taye Pibantya Vitsiro Vitirsho Nirpa Gada Karnais Tannas Pranshatya Shana Tridbaya Shoka Moha. Right? This is a very nice verse. Right? Piyusha Shesha. All right. So now it says in the 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, 29, verse 39 and 40. Importance of hearing. Okay, here the importance of hearing the pastime of Lord, stated by Sukadev Goswami Maharaj to Parikshit. He says, my dear king, one should stay at a place where the great acharyas or holy teachers speak about the transcendental activities of the Lord. He says, we must stay in a place where the acharyas speak about these kind of transcendental activities, all right, of the Lord. And one should give oral reception to the nectarian river flowing from the moon-like faces of such great personality. So when we start to hear, right, say sometime when we go for this kind of parikram or some kind of tour, we must always remember our main goal is to go and associate with acharyas to learn something. Why? Because the acharyas always stays in this kind of holy places. Not simply go for sightseeing and come back, feel good, say that I have already went to all this. It's not important. Because before this, we do it without knowing. Now, when you're going to plan your pilgrimage, when you want to plan your pilgrimage, you want to go to India, Vrindavan, Mayapur, make sure, right? If you ask me, don't hire tour guide. Some or other, get yourself to be there in Vrindavan or Mayapur, right? Maybe you can get some online things. Maybe you can get a hotel, like a comfortable toilet, like sitting and all, whatever things that you want, get it. But after that, go and meet a sadhu, meet a devotee and try to learn from them, right? So go and attend the classes. It's very important. Okay. Now, so if someone eagerly continues to hear such transcendental sound, then certainly he'll become freed from all material hunger, thirst, fear, and lamentation, as well as illusion of material existence. All right. So just by hearing, you can come out of all these things. It's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also recommended. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also recommended this process of hearing as a means of self-realization in the present age of Kali. All right. In this age, it is very difficult to follow thoroughly the regulative principle and studies of the Vedas. Thoroughly, you want to follow the regulative principle and the studies of Vedas is very, very troublesome. It's not easy because we didn't born into that. We born from a different culture, suddenly want to adapt to that culture. Sometimes it can be very tough, which were formally recommended. This is formally recommended, yes. Okay, this is not to say now, but it's before this, all these things was recommended. All right. However, if one gives oral reception to the sound vibration by the great devotees and acharyas, then alone he will be relieved from all material contamination. Therefore, it is recommendation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that one should simply hear from authorities who are actually devotees of the Lord. Hearing from professional men will not help. Hearing from professional men will not help. Okay. Example. Now the thing is, well, I am sitting in one place. Where am I supposed to go and look for a sadhu to hear? So there's another thing. You hear by reading the purport of Srila Prabhupada. When you, now we are reading, okay, now we are hearing Prabhupada. We are listening to Prabhupada. And how we are listening? We are listening through our eyes. Okay. Say like, for instance, Krishna can eat through his eyes. All right, can smell through his ears because he's transcendental. But we as a human, we as a so what they call as a mortal, we don't have such a facility, but we also have a little facilities that we can listen through our eyes. All right. The eyes can become ear and your mind can become a eardrum. See, when I'm talking, you are listening, ears is here and the eardrum is inside. So it produces the sound you're listening and going to the mind. Similarly, when you read Prabhupada's purport, okay, when you see Bhagavad Gita, the purport of Prabhupada, actually you're listening through your eyes, you're reading through your eyes, and your mind, it becomes your eardrum, and you interpret, you can still hear. So hearing from Prabhupada is by reading his purport. Some people just like to read the thing, all right? Like to read it through fast. So it's not recommended. You must listen to the purport. Like that day I was advising on Mataji. She has a PhD in accounts. Despite that, she find it very hard to read Bhagavatam. She said, oh my God, so many books, so many books is there. I don't think so. It takes a lot of time. So I teach her some of the ways that I do. Maybe you all can even consider that. I'm not saying I'm doing it because I'm also a lazy fella, but I like to read this way. First thing what I do, I read the verses. The verses means, say like for instance, translation. I just go on reading translation. Just open translation, go to the next page, translation. Like that, you can finish the book, entire book, maybe in a day. A Srimad Bhagavatam, in one day, one book you can finish even a day, maybe a 2 day. What do you read? Only the translation. All right. First 2 days, read the translation. The second 2 days, what do? You read the verse and the translation. All right. The verse, word by word and translation. Sorry. Verse by verse and translation. All right. Your 4 days is done. Say, make it 5 days because you're going to do, okay, 5 days. In 5 days, what you have done? You have read the verse. 2 days, you have read the entire verses only, the translation. Another 3 days, you dedicate to read the verses, word by word translation and the verse, the translation. You understand what I'm saying? Who don't understand? Please ask. Everyone understand or not? What I'm saying?
Yes, Prabhu. It's the purpose that takes a long time to read.
Yes. So like for instance, say like I just open up all right, chapter 10, Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 10, Bhagavad Gita, all right, I'm just chapter 10. All right. So first day, all right, first day I'm reading, Opulence or the absolute. The Supreme Person God, it says, listen again, oh mighty am Arjuna, because you're my dear friend. Then go to the neither the host of the demigod nor the great Lord, okay. He who knows me as unborn at the beginningless as the Supreme Lord. Then go to the four and 5. Intelligent knowledge, okay, blah, blah, you read that. You're done. The entire book you can finish in 2 days. Then round 2, what do? You read the verse. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Buya Eva Mahabahu, Shrinume Paramam Vacha, Yate Ham Priyamanaya, Pakshyami Hita Kamyaya. But now you meditate chapter 10, text 1. Then you read Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Person God, it said, Bhuyaha, again, Eva, certainly, Mahabaho, oh mighty arm. Like that. Then the translation, the Supreme Person God, it said, listen again, oh mighty arm. Only that. You can finish it, the entire book in 3 days. So totally 5 days you have done. Then the next 5 days, 5 to 10 days, okay, just make it 10 days. What do? You just read the purport. The word Bhagavan is explained thus by Parashara Muni, one who is full of 6 opulence. One has given strength, one who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation is Bhagavan. Then you go to the next one. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, no one is greater than him. Just read the purport alone. All right. Say you're going to take another 20 days. So you could be able to deeply study the entire Bhagavatam in 1 month. One book, 1 month. You understand what I mean? So like that. So when you try to read everything, by the time you go to the second verse, you forget what is the first verse is all about. After you finish that chapter, you forget what is that chapter is all about. You understand what I mean? So that's some other thing. So like that. So you should listen Prabhupada like that, the purport. But after that, Prabhupada also warns that hearing from a professional man will not help. Very important. Sometimes we can go to online, there's some professional speakers can speak. All right. The professional speakers will not help. So yeah, will not help. If we hear from those who are actually self-realized, then the nectarian rivers like those who are flowing on the moon planet will flow into our ears. Prabhupada says that. The nectarian river in heaven, you see the river is all like nectar. Like here, you go to the river, sometimes smells. You don't dare to take the water and drink. You're going to get diarrhea. E. coli. These kind of germs are there. But if you go to heaven, you can simply see one river, maybe it's full of honey, you just can take and drink. So it says, but when we listen from the self-realized people, all right, then Prabhupada explained the nectarian river, the river of nectar, of those who are following the moon planet, will flow into our ears. We start to have so much of pleasure. And this is the metaphor that used above verse. Sometimes when you go on reading and listening to some classes or what, you become so mesmerized, you forget about drinking, forget about sleeping. All right, that's it. All right, like today is Ekadasi. Usually on Ekadasi day, what usually they're supposed to do, they're supposed to go on doing Krishna Katha. Krishna Katha. That means we should stay awake the whole night talking about the pastimes of Krishna. That is so purifying. All right. But of course, now the conditions are, so that's why they say it only once a year on Vaikunda Ekadasi. Everybody stay awake at night. If it's okay with all of you, because I'm also a very lazy fellow. If it's okay with everyone, maybe any Ekadasi that falls on weekends, say like Ekadasi comes on Friday and ends on Saturday, or Ekadasi starts on Friday, ends on Sunday. If any public holiday, there's Ekadasi day, right? Maybe we should maybe we can all attempt to go and study and discuss or what they call deep study any of the book. Maybe we can study the whole Bhagavatam the entire night. Maybe we can start from 7 p.m. We can just go on reading until next day 7 a.m. Then happily break fast. All right. How are we going to do it? Maybe we can take turns. We can ask questions. We can have discussion. We can have kirtan in between. We can chanting in between. So that means we put some flavors, but we can make the entire night as Krishna conscious. It's very, very auspicious. Right. All right. So anyway, it's my suggestion. But anyway, let's see. Okay, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, a materialistic person can give up material hankering. What? Hankering. Hankering another. Ekam. Ekam. Oh, I wish I can become a millionaire. I wish I can do that. Oh, I wish I kept that. I wish I this. I wish, I'm not enough money. Let me go and do my master's. I don't have enough. Okay, I want to upgrade. Let me go and do my PhD. Oh, okay. Then I can become a professor. I can make a lot of money in teaching. Then after that, I don't teach in such a way. Right. Then after that, the people can come to my tuition. And I can give them tuition classes and I can make more money, more money, more money. Hankering. So example one, hankering. But in material life, everyone is hankering for everything. Right? So people can give up material hankering they only can give up. How? Only by becoming situated in Krishna consciousness. Right? You only can become. Right? Unless one finds a superior engagement, okay, find some superior engagement, he will not be able to give up his inferior engagement. Until he gets something great, that's when he can give up the lousy ones. All right? Until you get something great, you still stick on to the lousy one. So Krishna consciousness is something great and your hankering is lousy. So in material world, everyone is engaged in the illusory activities. Everyone is engaged or inferior energy. But when one is given the opportunity to relish the activity of superior energy performed by Krishna, then he forgets all lesser pleasures. Then Krishna speaks on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now this is very interesting. So when Krishna speaks on the battle of Kurukshetra to the materialistic person, it appears that it's simply talk between two friends. But actually, it is a river of nectar flowing down from the mouth of Krishna. Sometimes you see like in this thing is just a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. It's just like two friends are talking, right? For an ignorant person. But once we understand, right? Once we understand that this is this thing, it just feel like their conversation is just like a nectarian river flowing down from the mouth of Krishna. Every word that Krishna speaks is full of nectar. So Arjuna gave oral reception to such vibration. He gave oral reception to such vibration. He just simply listened. And thus he became freed from all illusion of material problem. Okay, so far any question? All okay? All right. So now it's 10:08. Shall we just take a short break? Just 2 minutes. We meet again at 10:10. Is that okay? Okay, welcome again. Okay, now we're going to look at from Canto 12, text 3, chapter 15. Guna Shravanam Yata Dvadashe Yastu Tuttama Shloka Gunanuvadaha Sangiyate Bhikshanam Amangalagna. Amangala. Inauspicious, I think, if I'm mistaken. Tam eva nityam shrunuyat abhikshnam Krishne malam bhakti abhipshamana. Right, it's quoted in text 173. In the 12th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, third chapter. Srimad Bhagavatam, third chapter, verse 15. Stated, a person who desires unalloyed, the person who desires unalloyed devotional service to the Lord, who is praised by transcendental sound vibration, should always hear about the glorification and the transcendental qualities. Okay, about his glorification and the transcendental qualities. This what will happen? Sangiyati Bhiksha Amangala. Mangala means auspicious. Amangala means inauspicious. It will surely kill all kinds of inauspiciousness in the heart. Right? It kills all kind of inauspiciousness in the heart. If you think your life, it is not going as you prefer. If you think your life is always challenged by a lot of bad luck, in other words, all right, a lot of bad luck, things doesn't work on your way. So the only thing is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that go on listening, hearing, okay, unalloyed, what they call a desired, okay, a person who desire unalloyed devotional service. To kill all that inauspiciousness, you must just always hear the glorification and the transcendental qualities of Krishna, right? And also it's mentioned in Canto 10, text 14, Canto 10, chapter 14, text 8 is re-quoted in 1.2.174, text 174. It says, Atatat kripekshanam yata dashame tattenu kampam su samikshamano bunjana bunyana evatma kritam vipakam Kritvat vapurbir vidadan namaste jiveteyo mukti padesa dayabak. Expecting Lord's mercy. All right, this is under the expecting Lord's mercy. How to expect? In the 10th canto, 14th chapter, verse 18, it states, my dear Lord, any person, again, is any person, no, it's not specific to anyone, it's open to everyone, who is constantly awaiting your causeless mercy to be bestowed upon him. That means to be bestowed. That means we are all waiting. When can I get the causeless mercy, my Lord? All right. Any person who is constantly awaiting your causeless mercy to be bestowed upon him, and who goes on suffering the resultant of action in his past misdeeds, right? While waiting, is going on suffering all the past misdeeds. What he do? Okay, offering you respectful obeisances from the core of his heart, is surely eligible to become liberated, for it has become his rightful claim. This is a very, very important verse. All right. So chapter 10, text 4, canto 10, chapter 14, text 8. Please take photo of this snapshot. All right. Snapshot of this. All right. Tattenu kampamsu samikshamano. I think Prabhupada have quoted this verse many times. Munyana evatma kritam vipakam. Ritvak vapurbir vidadan namaste. Namaste. Offering you obeisances. Namaste. Jivete yo mukti pade sadayabak. All right. It says that, my dear Lord, any person who is constantly awaiting your causeless mercy, we are all waiting for his causeless mercy to be given to us. And who goes on suffering while waiting, he's going on suffering the action of his past misdeeds. While we are waiting, when Krishna is going to give me my prema bhakti, when I'm going to get the causeless mercy of the Lord. But while waiting, I'm suffering. Suffering from these unwanted desires. While waiting, suddenly some attraction comes in. Some unwanted association with non-devotees. Some disturbance from our family members. A lot of things. Why they're suffering? All the suffering is because of the past misdeeds. Misdeeds means wrongdoing. And while in that suffering, he's still offering you respectful obeisances. Right? From the core of his heart. In other words, you are thrown away from the house. Right? You've been very naughty. You've been thrown away from the house. The father threw you out from the house. You're waiting outside the house, begging your father to open the door. While you're begging your father to open the door, suddenly will be a huge rain, thunderstorm. There's no shelter for you. You don't want to go to somewhere else. You want to wait there. Because anytime your father may open the door, you want to go in. You're waiting, Appa, please open, I'll be a good boy, please open. But while you are waiting, you become drenched, the heavy rain. After the rain ended, suddenly a cold wind starts to blow. You start to shiver. So while you're waiting for the causeless mercy for the Father to open, you suffer the consequences of being drenched and being cold and being blown by the wind. Your whole body is trembling. But in your heart, you're just thinking, my dear dad, please open the door. Please open the door. So to this kind of people, I'm just giving an analogy, but here it says that offering you respectful obeisances from the core of his heart, even though he doesn't want, he just call, please Krishna, liberate me from this condition. So these are the people who are eligible for become liberated. This liberation, we are not talking about being moksha and going to heaven. Liberated from where? From this thing. And this kind of liberation has become his rightful claim. That means he has all the right to claim such blessings. So this statement in Srimad Bhagavatam should be the guide for all devotees. Please remember this, underline this word. This statement is the guide for all devotees. A devotee should not expect immediate relief from the reaction of his past misdeeds. Don't expect anything to happen immediately. And of course, Prabhupada says, should not expect. Because once we become a devotee, we don't have any expectation. Because we are under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yesterday, I shared a video by this His Holiness Narasingha Maharaj. He said, you are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's stressing the point. You are serving the Supreme Personality. The Supreme Personality where Tata and Birla both are worshipping. Right? So we don't expect anything. All right? Expect immediate relief from the reaction of his past meetings. And I say, Prabhupada continue, no conditioned soul is free from such reactionary experience. That means all the conditioned soul, they cannot be free from this reaction. All right? Because material existence means continued suffering. So material existence means to continue suffer or enjoy the past activities. You suffer or enjoy the past activity. That's the idea about this material condition. If one has finished his material activities, one is done with it, there is no more birth. Simple as that. So you have to go on born again if you still have some kind of unfinished work. Right? Unfinished work. Even your unfinished sadhana bhakti. That's why we have to work hard to become perfect in Vaidhi sadhana. We cannot take our time, our own sweet time, thinking, okay, I'm just taking my own sweet time, following the 4 regulative principles, chanting my 16 rounds minimum, eating prasadam, studying the Vedas, listening to some lecture. Every Sunday, go and wash pot, do some deity worship, go to the temple, associate with devotees. Once in a while, go and do Sankirtan, right? And come back and have devotee association. You fight with the devotees, you quarrel with the devotees, you laugh with devotees, you make friendship with devotees, all within the community, right? So all that within the community is not enough, right? So we should pray to Krishna, my dear Krishna, please bring me to the level of Vaidhi sadhana, the rules and regulation, strict rules and regulation. You can hear it from Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. So sometimes people say Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is very very conventional. There's 2 things, conventional or liberation or liberal. Convention, what they call conservative and liberal, right? So liberal means you are taking your own sweet time. Conservative means you are sticking to the rules and regulation, right? So like that. So until you come to the level of finishing up or completely purified from this thing. So when you can get purified, when you follow Vaidhi sadhana, follow the rules and regulation. But Vaidhi sadhana is not easy to perform. That's why 15 chapters here talking about Vaidhi sadhana. Step by step, Vaidhi sadhana. Why? So detailed. Because Vaidhi sadhana is very important and very hard to follow. But how you can follow Vaidhi sadhana? If you chant very attentively. The 10 offenses have to be avoided. Right? The simple 10 things can spoil your bhakti. You just can become from Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, you can fall back to sadhaka. Just an ordinary devotee or neophyte. So we have to be very careful. All right. So Vaidhi sadhana. So how to perform Vaidhi sadhana? By chanting the pure name. Chanting the pure name, Suddha Nam. So the pure name, right? How you know that you're coming to the level of pure name? When you, okay, say like for instance, when you get addicted to something, you can't live without it. When you're addicted to something, you can't even have one. Say example, you're addicted to cigarette. First you smoke 2 sticks. You get addicted. You end up, you smoke 10 sticks. You get even more addicted. Your pleasure keep increasing. See, not enough, more. Right? End up, you smoke 2-3 boxes a day. All right? The addiction. The addiction means what? You can't reduce it. The only thing you can increase it. You can only increase it. So similarly, if you are chanting more than 16 rounds, you should understand, because you are talking about checking and balancing your life. You are journaling, right? So if you are doing that, so what you should know? That you are improving. 16 rounds, not enough. Let me go 24. Oh, so nice, not enough. I want to go 30 rounds. Ah, not enough. I want to go 50 rounds. Ah, not enough. I go 64 rounds. Ah, not enough. I don't have energy. So you have to be like, oh my God, I want to do it. I wish I can do more, but I only can go do up to this level. Oh my dear Krishna, reluctantly you put down the beats. That is very important. Just staying at 16 minimum. All right. So this is the way we check. I'm not asking you to do it. You are checking your own self. Am I really addicted? But so far I've seen that yes, your look seems to be very addicted. Right? Because after you finish that book, Nectar of Instruction, then we go to Bhakti Aloka, then we do Harinam Chintamani. Even the philosophy and the things are very heavy, but still you are looking forward for more and more. Until I can't even take a break. I don't dare to take a break because enthusiasm is very contagious. Right? So like that. So it's very important. So if one finishes material activity, that means once his material activity is finished, when the entire activity becomes spiritual activity. When all the material activity once becomes spiritualized, that means there's no more for you. There's no more karma for you to take birth again. Because being born means to suffer. Or being born as a devotee means to further improve. You have done 10%, you have to go for 30%. Then you born again. Then you continue from 30, you go up to 70%. Then you born again, 70, you become 100%. Once you become 100%, you become a pure devotee. What is that 100% means? You become a pure devotee to the level of prema bhakti. But Prabhupada says you can do it in this birth itself if you are sincere. But of course, it's our good fortune. Thanks to all the Matajis who really insisted to study Nectar of Devotion. Because I was thinking I was doing some other subjects, right? Bhagavad Gita, that was, but you all insisted Nectar of Devotion must. Because of I insist, now we are doing this. All right. So everything happens for good. So if one has finished his material activity, then there is no more birth. This is possible only when one begins Krishna conscious activities. Yes. It is only possible if you start Krishna conscious activity, because such activity do not produce reaction. There's no karma. There's no reaction. Right? Therefore, as soon as one becomes perfect in Krishna consciousness, perfect in Krishna conscious activity. What is the word? Perfect. Perfect means what? He wakes up early before the sun rises. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, the time of sleeping for the conditioned soul is a time for awakening for introspective sage. Introspective sage. I mean, the sages awake when the conditioned soul is still sleeping. So when the conditioned soul is still sleeping at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you are awakening. And you go to bed when everyone is awake. You go to bed early. So it's recommended you should go to bed by 9 o'clock. Right? 9 to 12 is the best time. If you sleep from 9 to 12, is equivalent to 8 hours sleep. That's why when you close our altar at 9 o'clock, immediately go to bed. 8:30, just take some milk and go to bed. Don't eat anything heavy at night. Don't eat anything. Just 8 o'clock. If you can get a chance, of course, I don't have that chance. If you have that opportunity, don't waste time going to social media, doing all these kind of nonsense things, and try to watch some movies. Don't waste time. If you can get a chance, if you have that opportunity, go to bed at 9 o'clock, just do it. Go to bed at 9 o'clock. 9 to 12 is equivalent to 8 hours sleep. Then 12 to 3 is extra bonus. So 8, 9, 10, 11. That means you're getting a fantastic 11 hours sleep. If you go to bed at 9 o'clock, wake up at 3 o'clock. You wake up at 3 o'clock, just wash your face, brush your teeth and everything, immediately go into japa. Go and chant. When you chant, just remember the pastime. Just remember the Nama Prabhu. Just remember your spiritual master. Plant a tulsi in small, small pots. So just put a tulsi there and just chant along and meditate that you are in Vrindavan. Just meditate you're in Vrindavan because Tulsi Devi is Vrinde Devi. So in that mood, start to chant. You chant maybe until 5 o'clock. Then you go and take your bath. Then you perform your Mangalarati. When you perform your Mangalarati, you must sing this song. Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka Tranaya Karunya Ganat Ganatvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunana Vaishya Vande Guru Shri Charanara Vindam. How you should sing? You should sing loudly. You must sing with your what they call wholeheartedly. Okay? Not simply put some what they call. Even if you think you have not memorized the song, you want to listen by, you want to put a video, you just like open your YouTube and just put Samsara song and sing along. Yes, you can do that also, but you must sing loudly. You know why? Because on the 9th verse is a it says Srimad Guru Ashtakam Etat Uchair Brahma Muhurte Patati Prayatnat Yastena Vrindavananatha Sakshat Sevayalabhya Januswanta Eva. Of course, this one we don't have it in our book, song book. We only sing up to 8. Because number 9 is Palastuti. Palastuti means the benefit of reciting this prayer. So in Palastuti of this Samsara Dava, it says, one who with great care and alteration loudly recites this beautiful prayer to the spiritual master during Brahma Muhurta obtains direct service to Krishna, the Lord of Vrindavan, at the time of death. So you can get, if you sing out loudly, when you sing loudly and when you do this thing, you can get a direct relationship, right? You can get a direct service. This is sung by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It's a long story. I don't want to go into the story. One day we got a chance, we talk about it, how the song was written. Right? Hey, but I don't have a puja. I don't have an altar in the house. What should I do? Just close your eyes and meditate. Just sing. He's not saying that you do arati. You just sing Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka Pranaya Karunya Ganat Ganatvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunana Vaishya Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nirtya Gita Madhurya Leela. Just go on singing with you and read the translation. After that, after you sing loudly. What is next? Sing. Then after that, start to worship Tulasi. First thing, you worship your Guru. Because Krishna coming out, because Mangalarti Brahma Muhurta, Krishna is very happy after his pastimes with Radharani. All right, there's 8 kala, Ashta kala, 12 to 3. 12 to 3 is the 1 kala, and after 3 o'clock, then start Brahma Muhurta is they're both of them getting ready to go back. And that's the time, 3 to 6, when you start to sing this Guru Arati, and he'll be very pleased. And after you sing that Samsara Dava, which is sung by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, which was inspired by Srimati Radharani, Krishna has just had a good time with Srimati Radharani. He loves her so much. And after that, you start to sing the song that has been inspired by her, and you pleases him further. Then after that, who set the environment for Krishna? The event manager is none other than Tulasi Maharani. And he's so grateful to Tulasi Maharani. Oh, my dear Tulasi Maharani, Tulasi, you have created such a nice environment. Thank you so much. And that time you start to sing, Namo Nama, Tulasi Krishna Preyasi, Namo Nama, Radha Krishna Seva Pabo, Eya Bilasi. Right? You see, what is the translation? Right? So before that, we do this Vrindaye, Tulasi Deviyaye, Priyaye, Keshavayacha, Vishnu Bhakti, Prade Devi, Satyavataye Namo Namaha. The translation: I offer my respectful obeisance to Vrinda, Srimati Tulasi Maharani, who is very dear to Lord Kesava. O goddess, you bestow devotional service to Lord Vishnu and possess the highest truth. Right? So number 1, the first verse, what he says, O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, Vrindaye, Namo Nama Tulasi Krishna Prayasi. Right? He says, Tulasi Krishna Prayasi. O beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. You are praying to Tulasi and Krishna is watching. Oh, really? You want that? And after that, you say, whoever takes shelter at you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy on him, you make him a resident of Vrindavan. Okay. And Krishna says, yes, true. My desire. Now, third is you're expressing your desire. My desire that you will also grant me the residence in the pleasure groves of Sri Vrindavan Dham. You don't want to go to Vrindavan. You want to go to the pleasure grove. You want to join Krishna in Rasa Leela. You want to go and join Krishna in his ecstatic prema pastime. You don't want to go to Vrindavan. He says, my desire is that you will also grant me the residence in the pleasure grove of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Thus, within my vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastime of Radha and Krishna. So you're asking, oh, you want to be that? Okay, Krishna says, okay. First he says, yes, you are the in charge. Those who take shelter, yes. Then he says, then number 3, you says, that's my desire. I want to be there. Oh, okay. Then what is number 4? Okay, what is number 4? All right, number 4, he says, ne e nivedana daro sakira anugatam koro seva adhikara diye koro nijadasi. So what is number 4 you're asking? Number 4, you're saying, I beg you. Oh, first, number 3, he says, my desire. Number 4, he says, I beg you to make me a follower of cowherd damsels of Vraja. Oh, Krishna says, oh, you want to be the cowherd damsels? That means what? You want to be a gopi. You want to be a sakhi. You want to be a manjari. Because that is the ultimate goal. We don't know what is my Swarupa Siddhi. You know what is your original this thing. Then, after that he says, I beg you, then please give me the privilege. You give me the privilege. You're not asking for opportunity. Give me the privilege. Like sometimes I say, can you give me the opportunity to serve you? Or second, I say, can I have the pleasure of serving you? It's two different things. Can you give me the opportunity? Is different. Can you give me the pleasure to serve you? Is different. If I go and see someone, Saki Mataji, can I have the opportunity to serve you? Okay, Prabhu, later. If I go and say, Saki Mataji, can I have the pleasure of serving you? That means what? I am telling you, I really want to do it. And I want the pleasure of serving you. So like that. So he says, please give me the privilege of devotional service. Then after that he says, and make me your own maid servant. We are all begging Tulasi Maharani to become her servant. She's an event manager. See, so I want to be part of you. Can you please make me your servant? Then, right? Then after that, Krishna says, okay. Then after that he says, may I always swim in the love of Sri Radha Krishna. Right? Number 5. Number 5 he says what? Dina Krishna Dase Goi. Dina Krishna means the person who wrote there is Dina. All right? Dase Goi. Ye yena mora hoi Sri Radha Govinda preme sada yena bashi. He says, Dina Duki Krishna das praise. May I always swim in the love of Sri Radha and Govinda. Why I want to be your servant? Because I want to swim in the love. I want to see Radha and Govinda. Sri Radha and Sri Govinda. Govinda means the enjoyer. The Go means pleasure. The one gives pleasure. I want to see that. Right? Then after that, number 6, he says, number 6, Yani kani cha papani brahma hadyati kani cha tani tani pranashyanti pradakshina. Pradakshina means going around. Parikram. Pradakshina pade pade padam padam. He says, by the circumambulating of Srimati Tulasi Devi, all the sins that all we have accumulated, all the sins that one may have committed are destroyed at every step, even the sin of killing Brahmana. Because Krishna says, yes, the sin is stopping you. The sin is stopping you from being the maid servant of Srimati Radharani. Then he says, every step I take doing parikram, pradakshina, all the sins. So Krishna says, fulfilled, tatastu, tanden. That is the mood we should worship in the morning. Don't simply sing. We must remember every word and we must sing with, we must remember. So when we do these things, simple steps, that's when what happened? We become perfect. So every day you beg Krishna, morning and evening. If you can't do it in the evening, just do it in the morning. But Brahma Muhurta is the time when Krishna is so happy. All right? After all the things, you sing Samsara Dava, then you sing this song, Krishna will be very pleased. Take it, my dear. Take it. Whatever you want, take it. All right? So like that. So one become perfect in Krishna conscious activity. Then after that, you chant, complete your chanting, go on chanting, and join this class, or you should read Srimad Bhagavatam. So what happens if you become perfect in this simple activity? Prabhupada have created this activity simplified, but do with knowledge. Don't be superficial. Don't be automatic. Right? You know, this kind of thing, okay, like that. Okay, then. So one become perfect in Krishna consciousness. So what happened if you do that? He is not going to take birth again in this material world. He's not going to be here. Because you keep begging Mother Radha, Tulsi Maharani. And Krishna is very pleased. Because there's a promise in Samsara Dava, if you're going to sing this with full heart, you will be going back to Vrindavan Nath, Sakshat, at the time of death. Then you're begging Tulsi Maharani, give me that mercy. You can give me. But now I want this, I desire this. Then I beg this. I beg you. Right? So I want this. So when you go on doing this, well, if you really want it, I give it to you. But if you don't like that, just like listening to one, just putting one, sometimes they say, you know, oh, I put Prabhupada Japa running in my house 24 hours. So I'm chanting 24 hours a day. You put the video, you know, the radio, they keep running. 24 hours Harinam Japa is running. Who is chanting? Prabhupada is chanting. So I'm chanting 24 hours. There will be some benefit. But that's not the way. Right? You know who used to think like that? Me. I have Prabhupada chanting 24 hours. I have one outside the house, running outside my house. I got inside my house. So all my neighbors at night, when everybody hear chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So does that mean I'm chanting 24 hours? No. Right? So you have to understand. Right? So you have to understand. Then you should understand Hare Krishna. The first Hare Krishna, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. The second, Krishna, Hare Krishna. What does it mean? All the 8 Sistastaka, all in 8 districts. Right? So you should always remember what actually you're doing. So we have to do that with full heart. All right. So when you say, okay, now I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 8 pairs. So first meaning Hare Krishna, it's mentioned in Bhajana Rahasya. I'm not speculating. In Bhajana Rahasya, first word Hare Krishna, what does that mean? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu created 6astaka from these 8 pairs. First, when we chant Hare Krishna, what we should understand? Cheto Darpanam Arjanam Bhava Mahadavakni Nirvapanam. Mahadavakni, big fire, big forest fire. Nirvapanam, removing the forest like the terrible fire. Treya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam, Vidya Vadu Jivanam, Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamasta Vadanam. Sarvatma Sna Panam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. First, Hare Krishna means what? The glories of Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust, the mirror of the dust, all the dust of the years. The mirror is so dusty. So we are cleaning. The first word Hare Krishna means that. And not only clean, extinguish the fire of conditional life. Of what? Repeated birth and death you keep, because forest fire cannot be destroyed. Once it's that fire, you keep going until it destroys everything. Right? So like that. So it extinguishes, it removes the fire. And Sankirtan movement is a prime benediction. Right? Movement of the prime humanity at large, because it spreads a ray of benediction moon. So first Hare Krishna, it gives you the rays of benediction moon. You know? Benediction moon. Benediction. Varam. It cleans your heart, removes the fire of repeated birth and death. And this is the life of transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss. And it enables one fully taste the nectar, which we are always anxious. And all these things in where? The first pair, Hare Krishna. Are you all following me on this? Thumbs up, you're following me?
Yes, Prabhu, following.
Great. Then after that, the second pair, Hare Krishna, second is Hare Krishna. What does that Hare Krishna, second Hare Krishna means? Nam akari bahuda, nija sarva shaktis, tatrarpita niyamita smarane na kalaha. Etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaivam idrisham ihajani nanuragaha. So what is the second verse means? The second pair, Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord. When we chant the second word, Hare Krishna, we say, all right. He says, your holy name alone can render all benediction to all living entities. And thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energy. Is in second pair. There is no hard and fast rule of chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy name. But I am so unfortunate, I have no attraction for them. Second is your prayer. You're asking Krishna, please give me that attraction. I'm so unfortunate, I don't have that attraction. All right? So that is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What is the third pair? Krishna, Krishna. Tirnat api sunichena, tarur api shaishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. The third verse, it says what? One should chant the holy name of Lord in a humble state of mind. So when I say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna means I know, okay, now I'm reminding myself to chant in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself as lower than the straw in the street, lower than the grass, and more tolerant than the tree. Devoid, that means he don't have all false prestige. I don't have that false prestige. I am this, I am that, I am president, I am this, I am a great devotee, I am a nothing like that. All the false prestige out. Where? When you chant the third pair, Krishna, Krishna. Right? So then after that, it says, and I'm not only that. So at the same time, when I don't have that, what I do, I'm very humble. So I'm ready to offer all respect to others. In such state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So that's a Krishna, Krishna reminds you. All right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Then the fourth this thing, Hare Hare. What does Hare Hare means? Hare Hare means what? Na danam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagat isha kamaye. Mama janmani janmanishvare. Bhavatat bhaktir ahai tukittvai. Number 4, it says what? Oh Almighty Lord, I have no desire for accumulate wealth. So the Rama, he says, I have no desire for wealth. Don't spoil me by giving me wealth. Nor do I desire beautiful women. Nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your costless devotional service. Birth after birth. Done. The 4 pairs. Then now next one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Now, Hare Rama. What does that Hare Rama means? Number 5. Hare Rama means what? Ai Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Budau Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadarsham Vichintaya. Number 5. What he says here? O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Hare Rama means I'm just telling I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atom at your lotus feet. You are begging that when you say Hare Rama. Then, number 6 pair, another Hare Rama. Number 6 pair is what? Nayanam galat ashrudaraya, vadanam gad gada ruddaya gira, pulakir nichitam vapu kada, tavanama grahane bhavishyate. What is number 6? It says that, oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly? When can tears keep flowing constantly? When I chant your holy name. When I just chant your name, when will I cry? When will my voice choke up? Choke up. And when will my hair will start stand? Goosebump. You know, when will my hair on my body will stand to the end? When I recite your name. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Now, the seventh pair, Rama Rama. What is Rama Rama means? Yuga itam nimeshena chakshusha pravarshayitam. Shunyayitam jagat sarvam govindam virahena me. The 7, it says what? Oh Govinda, feeling your separation. I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rains. and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. That means you start to anger running him. You start to hanker for him. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Okay, the last Hare Hare. All right, Hare Hare. Hare Hare means the last one. Okay, it says what? Ashlishya va padaratam pinastumam adarshanam marma hatam karotiva. Yata tata va vidadatu lampato mat prananatas tusa eva napara. And the last word, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The last Hare Hare. I know no one but Krishna of my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his remembrance, or makes me broken heart by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditional. So this is what the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Of course, this is come from Bhajana Rahasya. All right. I am sharing this with all of you because I know all of you are pure devotee on the way to become a pure devotee. It's an offense to talk about this to a envious and non-devotees. I was thinking of speaking about this, but today, the topic, we need to talk about it. And of course, not so many people are watching on YouTube, right? If those who are really lucky to get this, they may watch this. So, now you understand what is that Maha Mantra means? There's even more detailed studies. This is I'm just giving you from Bhajana Rahasya by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Hey, where's the book? Oh, it's in my another bag, right? So Bhajana Rahasya by Bhakti Vinod. That is how powerful. Hey, Bhajana Rahasya by Shivana Chakravarti Thakur. I can't recall. So when you chant in that consciousness, I suggest you to write down Shikshastaka, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So when I first say Hare Krishna means I'm removing the forest fire of repeated birth and death, cleaning my heart, the mirror, right? Then, so one, Hare Krishna. So when you just go on meditating, you should understand, okay? Of course, when you chant Hare Krishna, okay, meditate. Then Hare Krishna, like that. 16 rounds maybe can take the whole day for you. But always remember what you are doing. We are conscious beings. Don't do things unconscious. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, done. One round. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. 2 rounds, 3 rounds. No. Everything do it consciously. That is what I call it as perfect. Perfect means you really know what you're doing. All right. So if you can do that, I mean, I'm trying, I'm struggling. That's what we say. We will not take birth again in this material world. A devotee who is not perfectly freed from the resultant of action should therefore continue to act in Krishna consciousness seriously, even though there may be so many impediments. Even there's an impediment, just try to do it seriously. When such impediment arises, you should simply think of Krishna. When this kind of problem starts, when you start to have attraction to women, just remember that verse. I don't want any woman. Oh, yes. If suddenly, if you feel like having some kind of material desire to become a millionaire, to buy another house, to venture into some new business, you tell, I don't want all these kind of material opulence. Think about Shikshastaka. There's one book, Shikshastaka here, right? By Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Just imagine, such a thick book. So much. In fact, I'm just studying this verse 1, I think for the last few months. I still cannot grasp it. So detailed, so much of detail. Right? So anyway, so simply think and you can expect his mercy. That is the only solace. Adaikalam. Idan ore or adaikalam. Solace means adaikalam. If the devotee passes his day in that spirit, if he just goes on sing, what? Hankering. If you start to have material desire, you start to anchor, my Krishna, why is this material desire is coming? This desire can cost me another birth. Oh, please, Krishna, beg, anchor. This spirit, it is certain that is going to be promoted to the abode of Lord. By such activities, he earns his claim to enter into the kingdom of God. The exact word used in this verse is Dayabak. Dayabak. Dayabak refers to sons becoming the lawful inheritor, the proprietor of the father. Dayabak means what? The son becomes the lawful heir. See, I got property. Who going to inherit my property? My son going to inherit the property. So he become Dayabak. So it's correctly says. In a similar way, a pure devotee who is prepared to undergo all kind of tribulation in executing Krishna conscious duties become lawfully qualified, enter into the transcendental abode. With this, we end the session here. So we open for a question. Any questions? Any comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, நீங்க சொன்னீங்கல்ல இந்த மாதிரி சாண்டிங் பண்றப்ப நம்மளுக்கு நிறைய எவ்வளவு ஒரு பியூர் டிவோட்டி ஆஃப் கிருஷ்ணா வந்து எவ்வளோ ட்ரிபுலேஷன் வந்தாலும் வந்து அவங்க அவங்களோட அந்த இலக்குல இருந்து அவங்க தவற மாட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க ஃபிக்ஸ்டு, அவங்க மைண்ட் இஸ் ஃபிக்ஸ்ட் அப்பான் கிருஷ்ணா. ஓகே பிரபு. ஸோ இப்ப நான்லாம் வந்து சாதனா பக்தியில தான் இருக்கிறேன். இன்னும் அதெல்லாம் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப தொலைவா இருக்கு பாருங்க. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ட்ரிபுலேஷன் வர்றப்ப ஹவ் ஐ மேக் அப் மை மைண்ட் ஸோ தட் நான் என்னோட அந்த அந்த இது பிடியிலேருந்து நான் வந்து விலகாம இருக்கேன். ஸோ ஒரு பிரச்சனைகள், ஒரு இது விஷயங்கள்லாம் ஷேர் பண்றப்ப நான் எப்படி என்னோட இது வந்து ஃபிக்ஸ்டா வச்சுக்கணும், நான் எப்படி நான் அதை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்றது? ஏன்னா ஒரு சில டைம்ல பிரேக் டவுன் ஆகுது.
டெஃபினெட்லி பிரேக் டவுன் ஆகுறது அது ஏற்கதான். பிரேக் டவுன் ஆகுறது ஏற்கதான். ஆனா அதனாலதான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, நம்ம எப்பவுமே சிக்ஷாஸ்தகாவை கையில வச்சுக்கணும். Okay, keep that Shikshastaka. When you chant Hare Krishna, you must remember what you are chanting. அப்ப என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, உங்க மைண்ட்ல வந்து ரொம்ப காம்பேக்டா இருந்துச்சுன்னா இதுக்கு மேல ஒண்ணுமே உள்ளுக்கு நுழையாது. ரைட்? சே லைக் ஒரு பேக்கேஜ் இருக்கு. சனத்துல பாக்ஸ்ல வந்து பேக் பண்ணுவாங்க ஒரு ஜாமா. அதுல ஒரு மாதிரி ஃபோம் மாதிரி அடிப்பாங்க. பாத்திருக்கீங்களா?
ஆமா பிரபு. ஆடாம இருக்கிறதுக்குள்ள ஜாமா திணிப்பாங்க.
அதை போட்டீங்கன்னா அப்படியே பொங்கி வந்துடும். ரைட்? பொங்குனால அது ஆடாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு அதை பிடிக்கிறது. ஏன்னா சில நேரத்துல முந்திலாம் வந்து நம்ம என்ன பேப்பர்லாம் போல இப்ப வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி ஃபோம் மாதிரி இருக்கு. அதை அடிச்சீங்கன்னா உள்ளுக்கு அப்படியே பொங்கிரும், மேல வந்து மூடிடுவாங்க. அந்த மேல மூடிடணும், இல்லாட்டி பொங்கி வெளியே வந்துடும், மூடிடுவாங்க. வீடு கட்டுறது கூட அந்த இடத்துல ஏதாச்சும் ஓட்டை இருக்கு, அதை உள்ளுக்கு அடிச்சாங்கன்னா உள்ளுக்கு அப்படியே பொங்கி அந்த ஓட்டையை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடும். அந்த மாதிரிதான் நம்ம வந்து மனசை வந்து கிருஷ்ணா அந்த ஸ்ப்ரே நம்ம உள்ளுக்கு அடிச்சிட்டோம்னா நம்ம மைண்ட் ஃபுல்லா பொங்கிருச்சுன்னா வெளியே வர தாக்குதல், வெளியே வர சிந்தனை, வெளியே வர இந்த எனிதிங் நம்மளுக்கிட்ட வர்றதுக்கு வந்தாலும் அது உள்ளுக்கு நுழையிறதுக்கு இடம் இல்லை.
எப்படி பிரபு அது ஃபுல்லா நீ சொன்ன மாதிரி அது கிருஷ்ணா கான்சியஸ் எப்படி ஸ்ப்ரே பண்றது? எப்படி நம்ம மனசை ஃபுல்லா கிருஷ்ணா கான்சியஸ்லி ஃபீல் அப் பண்றது? ஏன்னா நம்ம அவுட் சைட் போற நிறைய வேலை செய்யறோம், ஃபுல்லாவே இல்லை இல்லையே. நான் இல்லையே.
அதனாலதான் வந்துட்டு காலையில சம்சாரம் பண்ணணும், அர்த்தத்தோட பாடுறது, ரெண்டாவது துளசி பூஜை செய்யறது அண்ட் சாண்டிங். இது 3 தான் மத்தஜி, வேற வழி இல்ல.
திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க பிரபு.
காலையில சம்சார டாவா பாடுறது. இந்த சம்சார டாவால என்னது? விருண்டாவன் சாட்சாத். உங்களுக்கு வந்து விருண்டாவன் அந்த சாட்சி இது கிடைக்குது. சோ நம்ம பாடுறது என்ன அர்த்தம், என்னத்தை நினைச்சு பாடணும், அதை காலையிலேயே நம்ம கான்டெம்ப்ளேட் பண்ணணும். டோன்ட் சிம்பிளி சிங் சம்சார டாவா நலலீதா லோகா. என்ன அர்த்தம், அந்த அர்த்தத்தை வேர்ட் பை வேர்டா படிச்சு புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு எல்லாம் முடிச்சுன்னா இந்த துளசி பிரேயர்ஸ் என்ன சொல்றது? துளசி மாராணி உங்களை சுத்திட்டு வந்தா எல்லா விதமும் சௌபாக்கியம் இருக்கு உளுந்து கும்பிடும்போது. அப்புறம் வந்து இது வந்துட்டு நீங்க வந்து ராதாகிருஷ்ணாவோட ரொம்ப தூய பக்தன், நீங்க வந்து ராதாகிருஷ்ணாக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப க்ளோஸா சேவை செய்றீங்க. அப்புறம் 2வது வேர்ஸ்ல என்ன சொல்றாங்க? அதனால நீங்க வந்து உங்ககிட்ட வந்து என்ன கேட்டாலும் அது நடக்கலாம், என்ன பக்தி உங்ககிட்ட என்ன மாதிரி பக்தி கேட்டாலும் நடக்கலாம். 3வது வேர்ஸ்ல என்ன சொல்றாங்க? ஆனா எனக்கு ஆசை இருக்கு, எனக்கு இது வேணும் அது வேணும். சோ நீங்க அந்த வேர்ட் நீங்க வந்து துளசி பூஜை செஞ்சுட்டு ரீட் த வேர்ட்
டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன்.
டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் முதுவா படிங்க. இப்படின்னா இப்படின்னா உணர்ச்சி வசத்தோட படிங்க. ரைட்?
வந்து இந்த பாட்டு பாடுறதுக்கு டிரான்ஸ்லேஷனோ படிச்சிடலாமா பிரபு? அது ஓகேவா?
எப்படி?
பாட்டு பாடாம டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் மட்டும் படிச்சா ஓகேயா?
பாடணுமே பாடிட்டு தானே படிக்கணும்.
ஓகே
ம்
ஓகே.
ஏன்னா பாடுனா தானே உள்ளுக்குள்ள இருந்து மனசுல இருந்து வரும். படிச்சீங்கன்னா மைண்ட்ல இருந்து தானே வருது.
இல்ல நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா பிரபு, அந்த சம்ஸ்கிருதத்துல இருக்கு, பெங்காலில இருக்கு, அது பாடாம நம்ம டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் மட்டும் படிச்சா ஓகேவான்னு கேக்குறேன்.
இல்ல என்னன்னா பாடணும்.
ஓகே.
பாடுறது வந்து சொல்லுவாங்க சில நேரத்துல பாடுனா மனசு அமைதியாகும்னு.
ம்.
சினிமா பாட்டுலாம் பாடுவோம் தானே டென்ஷன் ஆகுனா.
ஆமா.
ஏன் பாடுறோம்? அது சோகமானாலும் பாடுவோம். சோதனை மேல் சோதனை போதுமடா சாமி. Alright? அப்புறம் வந்து திடீர்னு உற்சாகம்னா நீ உன்னை அறிந்தால் அப்படி இப்படி எல்லாம் பாடும். ஏன் பாட்டு வந்து மனசுல இருந்து ஒரு உணர்ச்சி, இமோஷன். டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் படிக்கிறது என்னன்னா உங்க மைண்ட்ல இருக்கிற இன்டெலெக்சுவல். சோ நீங்க பாடும்போது மனசால பாடணும். சம்சார டாவா நலலிதா லோகா. அப்புறம் படிக்கும் போது அந்த 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 மைண்ட்ல இருக்கிற அந்த இமோஷனும் மனசுல இருக்கிற இமோஷனும் மைண்ட்ல இருக்கிற அந்த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் அதுவும் யூ வில் ஸ்டார்ட் டு அப்ரிஷியேட் இட்.
அதுக்கு முதல்ல புரியணும், அது நல்ல டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்.
டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் நல்லா புரியணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா பாடுங்க. பாடி முடிச்சோன்னா அந்த வார்த்தையை முதுவா படிங்கன்றேன். என்ன சமத்தாஜி? டக்கடக்கடன்னு படிக்க வேணாம். Like 10 offenses, the first offense இது அது அப்படிலாம் படிக்கணும். Read word by word. Right? உணர்ச்சியோட படிக்கணும்.
உணர்ச்சிபூர்வமாக மெதுவா
படிக்கணும். அத முடிச்ச கையோட ஓகே எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு இன்னைக்கு காலையில செஞ்சோனே எனக்கு வந்து பகவான் வந்து எனக்கு வந்து அந்த சாட்சாத் அந்த குரு மூலியமா நான் வந்து விருண்டாவன் அந்த நாத் அதாவது கிருஷ்ணா அந்த சாட்சி மூலியமா எனக்கு இது. அப்புறம் அது முடிச்சோடனே துளசி பூஜால கூட நம்ம சம்சான விருண்டாயே துளசியை செஞ்சுட்டு துளசி பூஜா செய்யறோம்ல, செஞ்சு முடிச்சுட்டு யூ ரீட் த டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் வேர்ட் பை வேர்ட். அப்ப இது என்ன தெரியுது, நான் வந்து இதெல்லாம் நான் கேட்டுக்கிறேன். நீங்க காலையில இதை செஞ்சாலே மாத்தாச்சு நான் பார்த்திருக்கேன். முந்தில நான் சோம்பேறி, நான் காலையில வெள்ளனே எழுந்திருப்பேன். ஆனா once I start to wake up early in the morning when I can do this மங்களாரத்தி செய்யும் போது இட்ஸ் டோட்டலி டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபீலிங். உங்களுக்கு டென்ஷனுக்கு அந்த இடமே வழி இல்லை. உங்களுக்கு யார் தாக்கினாலும் சரி நீ என்ன ஆனாலும் அப்ப அந்த தாக்குதலுக்கு நம்ம வந்து பழியா ஆகிறோம்னு வச்சுங்களேன். மாதாஜி தாக்குதலுக்கு பழி ஆகணும்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? என்ன அர்த்தம்?
அப்படின்னாக்க நம்ம மனசு ஒருநிலைப்படுத்தல, இன்னும்
அனர்த்தம் இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். அப்ப இந்த மாதிரி நடக்கும்போது நீங்க சந்தோஷப்படணும். கிருஷ்ணா காட்டுறாரு, எனக்கு இன்னும் அந்த அனர்த்தம் இருக்கு, எனக்கு இன்னும் அந்த கோவம் இருக்கு, எனக்கு இன்னும் அந்த கடுப்பு இருக்கு.
ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா அது கெட் ரீட் பண்ண கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. ஐ டோட்டலி கேன் see where is my anartha.
கரெக்ட். அதுதான் ஜர்னல் எழுதுறீங்க. you are writing in journal. so once you write in journal, நீங்க ஜர்னல் எழுதுறீங்க வச்சுக்கலாம், இன்னைக்கு வந்து இந்த மாதிரி சூழ்நிலை நடந்துச்சு, இந்த மாதிரி நடந்ததுல எனக்கு இந்த அனர்த்தம் வந்துச்சு, என்னால மறக்க முடியல, கடுப்பா இருக்கு, வெறுப்பா இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி எழுதுறீங்க. அதனால என்ன அதோட இஃபெக்ட்? சரி இப்ப நான் உங்களுக்கு கேட்கிறேன், இப்போ ஒரு சூழ்நிலை நடந்துருச்சு, நீங்க அப்செட் ஆயிட்டீங்க, அதனால உங்களுக்கு என்ன தாக்குதல் நடந்திருக்கு சொல்லுங்க.
திருப்பி சொல்லுங்க பிரபு, எனக்கு சரியா புரியல.
ஓகே, ஒரு உதாரணம். இப்ப நீங்க இன்னும் ஒரு சூழ்நிலையில போறீங்க, அந்த இடத்துல வந்துட்டு ஒரு 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 பிரச்சனை நடக்குது. அந்த பிரச்சனை இல்ல உங்களை யாரோ சொல்றாங்களோ இல்ல பிரச்சனை, அந்த சூழ்நிலை நீங்க போறீங்க, அங்க நடக்குது.
ஓகே.
இல்ல கூப்பிட்டு வர சொல்றாங்க, சக்கி மாதாஜி வாங்க, ஒரு விஷயம் பஞ்சாயத்து இருக்குன்னு பேசுறாங்க.
ஓகே. அங்க
போறீங்க, அங்க வந்து நீங்க வந்து மங்சாவாயிட்டீங்க. அதனால உங்களுக்கு என்ன, அந்த நாள் என்ன நடந்துச்சு?
என்னோட மைண்டே வந்து கிளியர் ஆயிரும் பிரபு.
கிளியர் ஆயிரும், குழப்படி வந்துரும். ரெண்டாவது
வெயிட் ஆயிரும், அப்படி ஹெவி ஆயிரும். நம்ம ஃபோக்கஸ்
தெரியுது. அதான் கேளுங்க, கிளியர் ஆயிடுறீங்க, யூ ஆர் கன்ஃபியூஸ். ரெண்டாவது
வெயிட் ஆயிரும், நம்ம ரெஸ்ட்லெஸ் ஆயிரும்.
கிளியர்னா வெயிட்
ரெஸ்ட்லெஸ் ஆயிருது.
ரெஸ்ட்லெஸ் ஆயிடுறீங்க. ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ ஆர் கன்ஃபியூஸ்ட், யூ become restless. what is other than that?
then I cannot focus.
Number 3, you cannot focus. Then what are the other ill effect?
என்னால கிருஷ்ணரை ஒழுங்கா நினைக்க முடியல பிரபு, அதனால அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு.
cannot focusல புரியுது. cannot focusனா you cannot think of Krishna. anything else. இப்போ நம்ம வந்து சும்மா ஒரு ஆராய்ச்சி பண்றோம்.
வேற என்ன ஆச்சு? அந்த நாளே வேஸ்டட் ஆயிருது பிரபு.
நாளே வேஸ்டட் ஆயிருது. நம்பர் 4. வேற ஏதாச்சும் இருக்கா?
எனக்கு இருங்க வேற
அவ்வளவுதான். வேற என்ன?
டிமோட்டிவேட்டடா ஆவறேன் பிரபு அந்த மாதிரி நடந்தது.
அதான் நாளே வேஸ்ட் ஆச்சுன்னா டிமோட்டிவேட்டட் தான்.
அதான் இதுதான் பிரபு எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு.
4 தாக்குதல், 4 இது நடந்திருக்கு. இது நடந்த வாசி அன்னைக்கு என்ன ஆச்சு?
சுத்தமா என் சாதனை போச்சு.
சாதனா போச்சு. உங்க சாண்டிங் போச்சு. வேற உங்க பிரசாதம் சமைக்கிறது அதுல கான்சென்ட்ரேஷனும் போச்சு.
என்னோட கான்சியஸ் போயிடுச்சு. பிரசாதமா
அப்போ வந்து அந்த சாப்பாடு அன்னைக்கு பிரசாதம் இல்ல. அன்னைக்கு வந்து என்னன்னா வெறும் கர்மிக் ஃப்ரீ டயட்.
ஆமா, கர்மா ஃப்ரீ டயட் தான். ரைட்.
கர்மா ஃப்ரீ டயட். அந்த சாப்பாடை சாப்பிட்டு உங்க ஹஸ்பண்ட் உங்க பிள்ளைங்களா சாப்பிட்டோனே அவங்களுக்கும் ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு எஃபெக்ட் இருக்கும்.
அந்த எஃபெக்ட் இருக்கும். எஸ்.
ரைட். அப்போ இவ்வளோ இது இருக்கு. ஓகே. அப்போ வந்து சரி ஓகே அந்த நாள் வந்து எக்ஸாம்பிள் நம்ம வந்து 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட்னு வச்சுக்கோமே ஒரு உதாரணம். ஓகே. ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு நாளைக்கு சொன்னா நேத்து நடந்த விஷயத்தை பேசுவோம். 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட் இந்த தாக்குதல் மூலியமா இவ்வளவு பிரச்சனை வந்து இந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருந்திருக்கு. இப்ப நான் என்ன கேள்வி கேட்கிறேன்னா அந்த 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட் அந்த நாள்ல நீங்க உயிரை விட்டுருந்தீங்கன்னா என்ன இருக்கும்?
ஐயோ அவ்வளவுதான் பிரபு, நான் கண்டிப்பா நரகத்துக்கு தான் போயிருப்பேன்.
இல்ல நான் கேட்கிற கேள்வி அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் அந்த காலையில நடந்த இந்த கொலப்படி இந்த நடந்தோடனே நீங்க என்னாச்சு ஃபோக்கஸ் போச்சு, கான்சென்ட்ரேஷன்ல ஹோல் டே ஸ்பாயில், சாதனா அவுட், எல்லாம் போச்சு. ஒழுங்கா அச்சான் பண்ணல, ஒழுங்கா செய்ய முடியலன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. அந்த நாள் எப்ப நடந்துச்சுன்னா 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட் உதாரணம் 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட்.
ஓகே.
அந்த நாள்ல உயிர் பிரிஞ்சிருந்தா என்ன ஆயிருக்கும்? என்ன ஆயிருக்கும்?
கிருஷ்ணாட்டு நான் போயிருக்க முடியாது.
என்ன ஆயிருக்கும் சொல்லுங்க.
என்ன ஆயிருக்குனாக்கா நான் டிஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸா கண்டிஷன்ல உயிர் விடுறேனாக்கா அந்த கண்டிஷன்ல தான் அந்த இலக்கை தான் போய் அடையும் பிரபு. அந்த டெஸ்டினேஷன் தான் நான் போவேன். இது
தேவையா?
தேவையே இல்ல.
இது வந்து நம்மளுக்கு ஏன்னா நம்ம வாழ்க்கை வந்து என்ன சொல்றேன் நம்ம கடல்ல இருக்கிற நுரை மாதிரி புழு புழு நுரை வருதுல. எனி டைம் அவர் லைஃப் கேன் எக்ஸ்பயர். சரிதா? அப்ப இந்த நாள் 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட் அந்த நாள் வந்துட்டு ஒரு தடவை தான் இந்த லைஃப் டைம்ல உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்குது. 1ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட் 2025 only once in your lifetime.
எஸ்.
இந்த once இந்த டே ஆஃப் பிரம்மா இந்த உலகம் தயாரிச்சதுல இருந்து ஒரு தடவை தான் அந்த நாள் வருது. இன்னைக்கு என்ன தேதி? 5ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட். ஒரு தடவை தான் இந்த நாள். சரியா? என்ன இப்ப இந்த வேதனையோட நீங்க இருக்கும் போது திடீர்னு ஒரு சம்பவம் நடந்துருச்சு, உயிரை விட்டுட்டீங்க. என்ன 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 நினைச்சிருக்கீங்க? ஆத்திரமா இருக்கலாம், வெறுப்பா இருக்கலாம், அந்த டிவோட்டி யார உங்களை தாக்குதா அவங்களை பத்தி நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கலாம், என்னமோ நடந்திருக்கலாம். கிருஷ்ணன் என்ன சொல்றாரு? எந்த சிந்தனையில ஒருத்தர் இறக்குறானோ அதான் அவன் சூழ்நிலை. அப்ப எப்படின்னா ஜடபாரதர் வந்துட்டு பெரிய மகானா இருந்தா கூட அந்த மானை நினைச்சு இறந்த வசி மான் பிரிவி எடுத்தாரு. ஆனா மான் பிரிவி எடுத்து அவர் செஞ்ச புண்ணியனால அது பழச ஞாபகம் வச்சு திருப்பி அதை எடுத்து பரிகாரம் பண்ணி திருப்பி மறுபிரிவியில மனித பிரிவு எடுத்தோன்னு ஜடபாரதன் வந்துட்டாரு. சரியா? அப்போ ஒரு பிறவியை பிறந்து இன்னொரு பிறவி. அப்ப என்னன்னா ஒரு ஆத்திரத்தோட வெறுப்போட கடுப்போட அந்த நேரத்துல திடீர்னு உயிர் பிரிஞ்சிச்சுன்னு வச்சுக்கோமே, எல்லாம் போச்சு. உங்க வாழ்க்கை சாதனை இவ்வளவு நூறு படிச்சது, பக்தி சாஸ்திரி, பிராமணா இனிஷியேஷன், எவ்ரிதிங் கான். நீங்க எத்தனை வயசுல பக்தி டிவோட்டி ஆவனீங்க, என்னென்ன சாதனை செஞ்சீங்க, என்னென்ன புக் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் என்னமோ செஞ்சீங்க, எல்லாமே கான். கான்னா வேஸ்ட் ஆகல. ஆனா கடைசி இருக்கிற சிந்தனை கிருஷ்ணன் எந்த சிந்தனையில ஒருத்தர் இறக்குறானோ அதான் மறுபிறவி. அப்ப அந்த மறுபிறவி வந்துட்டு அப்ப அந்த ஆத்திரத்துல அப்ப நீங்க என்ன செய்யுங்க, அடுத்த பிரிவு பிறப்பீங்க, சிடு சிடுன்னு பிறப்பீங்க. இல்ல அடுத்த பக்தரா பிறப்பீங்க, சிடு சிடுன்னு பிறப்பீங்க. இல்ல திருப்பி அவனுக்கே நீங்க அந்த இந்த பக்தன் நினைக்க அவனுக்கே நீங்க அந்த குடும்பத்துல போய் பிறப்பீங்க. தேவையா?
தேவையே இல்ல.
அப்ப நம்மளுக்கு உரிமை இருக்கு. நம்மளுக்கு என்ன, நீ சொல்றது உன் உரிமை, நான் கேட்கறது என்னோட முடிவு. அது சனத்தை நான் சொல்ல தெரியுமா, நான் சொல்றது என் கடமை. ஆனா கேட்கறது கேட்காது உன் உரிமை. அவன் சொல்றது அவன் கடமை. நம்மள தாக்குறானா, நம்மள திட்டுறானா, நம்மள ஏதாச்சும் மட்டம் தட்டுறானா, அவன் கடமை, அவன் பேசிட்டு போறான். ஆனா நம்மளுக்கு உரிமை இருக்கு. ஏத்துக்கிறது ஏத்துக்கொள்ளாதது நம்மளுக்கு இருக்குது உரிமை. We have a choice of accepting or rejecting. So what we simply say, I do not care what you say about me.
இப்ப நம்ம எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம்னாக்கா that means I have so much false ego, right பிரபு?
இல்ல சொல்லுங்க, I do not care.
I do not care
on your opinion about me. I just simply don't care. சொல்லிக்கிட்டே இருங்க மந்திரமா. I don't care of your opinion about me.
I don't care about your opinion about me. I simply don't care.
அவ்வளவுதான். மனுஷன் பின்னாடி பேசுறதுக்கு அவனுக்கு 1000 விஷயம் இருக்கு. நம்மளுக்கு உடம்பு நம்மளுக்கு இந்திரா மாதிரி உடம்பு பூரா கண்ணு இல்ல பாக்குறதுக்கு. தெரியுதா? பின்னாடி என்ன நடக்குது பார்க்க முடியாது. இல்ல பிரம்மா மாதிரி 4 தலை இல்ல, 4 திசையை பார்க்கறதுக்கு. நம்மளுக்கு கண்ணு மின்னுக்கு இருக்கா, மின்னுக்கு மட்டும் நோக்கி போயிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டியதான். பின்னாடி பேசுறவன் பேசிட்டு தான் இருப்பான். அதை ஏத்துக்கொள்றது ஏத்துக்கொள்ளாதது நம்மளோட உரிமை. இப்போ வந்து ஒரு உதாரணம் திடீர்னு ஒரு ஜப்பான் மொழியில உங்களை ஏசுறேன்னு வச்சுங்க. ஓகே, உங்களை பார்த்து சிச்சோங் ஃபான் சொல்றேன்னு வச்சுக்கோமே. இப்ப நான் உங்களுக்கு மொழி தெரியல, நீங்க சிரிப்பீங்க. ஆனா மொழி தெரிஞ்சுன்னா சிச்சோங் ஃபான்னா வேற. ஆனா ஒரு உதாரணம் சொல்றேன். ஆனா ஜப்பான்ல வந்து சில கெட்ட வார்த்தைகள் இருக்காது. நான் வந்து என்னோட மோட்டிவேஷனல் கிளாஸ்ல ஐ யூஸ் டு டெல் தட். திடீர்னு சொல்லுவேன், அந்த வார்த்தையை சொல்லுவேன், கேட்டவங்க நல்லா சிரிப்பாங்க. என்ன சீஃபு, என்ன சீஃபு சொல்றீங்க, புதுசா என்னமோ சொல்றீங்கன்னு சிரிக்கிறீங்க. ஆனா அர்த்தம் என்ன, இது அர்த்தம் இதவா சொன்னீங்க, அர்த்தம் தெரிஞ்சா ஆத்திரம் வந்துருது. அப்பனா என்னன்னா, நம்மளுக்கு எவ்வளவு அந்த அர்த்தத்தை நம்மளுக்கு தெரியலையோ நம்மளுக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. சோ நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, லெட்ஸ் நாட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் த மீனிங். சரியா? அனர்த்தா அந்த ஃபால்ஸ் ஈகோ எல்லாம் இருக்குதான் நம்மளுக்கு. அது வந்து உள்ளுக்கு இருக்கு. ஆனா வந்து என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, நம்ம வந்து ஒரு உதாரணம், அந்த ஒரு மரத்தை நம்ம வெட்டிக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம், துளுத்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். வெட்டினா துளுக்கும். அது என்ன பண்றது? ஏன்னா கீழே வேர் இருக்கு. வேர் இருந்தா அது துளுக்கதான் செய்யும். நம்ம வேரோட புடுங்க முடியாது. அதனால என்ன செய்வோம், அடியோட வெட்டி மேல சிமெண்ட் எடுத்து கொட்டிட வேண்டியதான். சோ மேல சிமெண்ட் கொட்டினா ஏதோ துளுக்க பார்க்க முடியாது. அது கீழே செத்து போயிடும். அந்த கீழே வேர் வந்து வாடிடும். சோ நம்ம வந்து அனர்த்தா சொல்லுக்கு இருக்குதான், ஃபால்ஸ் ஈகோ எல்லாத்துக்கும் இருக்குதான். ஆனா we don't allow anyone to come and spoil your mood because they have no right, and you don't give that opportunity or give them the right to come and disturb your consciousness.
Yes. Okay,
Always remember this thing. காலையில ஏந்திரிச்ச கையோட first thing you fall கீழே உழுந்து கும்பிட்டு, no, you have to pay obeisance to your spiritual master and just say, my dear Prabhupada, my dear Guru Maharaj, Acharya Pat, thank you so much for giving me another one more day. காலைல மங்களாரத்தி டைம் when you look at the Lord, dear Krishna, இந்த நாள் எனக்கு புதுசான ஒரு நாள் கொடுத்திருக்க. இன்னைக்கு வந்து என்ன, 5ஆம் தேதி ஆகஸ்ட் வந்து இன்னைக்கு புது நாள். இந்த நாள் என் வாழ்க்கையில திருப்பி வர போறது இல்ல. நான் வேலை இந்த நாளை உனக்கு அர்ப்பணிக்கிறேன். இந்த நாட்களை நான் உனக்கு அர்ப்பணிக்கிறேன். இந்த நாள்ல எந்த நல்லதோ கெட்டதோ எந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலை எனக்கு அனுபவம் வருதோ எல்லாமே நீ கொடுக்குற ஆசீர்வாதம் தான். இன்னைக்கு நீ வந்து என்னை வந்து யாராவது என்னை தாக்கணும், அந்த தாக்குதல் மூலியமா எனக்கு ஏதாச்சும் புரியும், தாக்குறாங்கன்னா அப்ப என்ன தெரியணும், என்னை யாராவது தாக்குறாங்க, பதித்தானா நீ சரியான ஃப்ராடு அப்படின்னு. அப்ப நான் ஓகே, இது வந்து இன்னைக்கு ஜெகநாதர் எனக்கு இன்னைக்கு கொடுக்க போற ஒரு பயிற்சி. இன்னைக்கு புகழ்த்துறான்னு வச்சுங்க, என்னமோ செஞ்சுட்டேன், ஜெகநாதர் வந்து எனக்கு வந்து புகழ் கொடுக்குறாரு. ஆனா புகழ்லயும் சரி, இந்த தாக்குதலையும் சரி, நான் எப்படி நடந்துக்கிறேன் அதான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்.
அது எப்படி நான் இது பண்றேன், அது எப்படி நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன், அது எப்படி நான் ஹேண்டில் பண்றேன்.
ஆமா, புகழ்த்தும் போது தலைகளை ஆடக்கூடாது, தலையில துண்டு போட்டு அழுவக்கூடாது.
அது ஆக்சுவலி ஒரு டெஸ்ட்.
எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. அதனால சொல்றாங்க, once you start to practice bhakti, your punya and your pavam both are removed. Punya and papa both are removed. அதே மாதிரி. So don't let anyone. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் தானே நான் எவ்வளவு பெரிய டென்ஷன் பட்டினேன் ஒரு காலத்துல.
எனக்கு அவ்வளவு தெரியாது பிரபு.
எப்படி புலம்பிட்டு இருக்க, எப்படி புலம்பி இருந்தத.
ஆமா,
அது சரியில்லை, உலகமே சரியில்லை, எவ்வளவு புலம்பல. இப்போ நான் என்ன செஞ்சிட்டேன், I came to this level, I just don't care.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2, I don't allow anyone
to take control of you.
Spoil my mood. They can come and tell. நம்ம சொல்றோம், அன்னைக்கு வந்து ஒரு கூத்து நானு, அழகா சாயம் அடிச்சு திடீர்னு சாயத்தை மாத்திட்டாங்க. பார்த்தோன்னே என்ன பாருங்க, இது வந்து கிருஷ்ணா வாண்ட்ஸ் இட், he doing it. இல்ல என்ன கேட்கறது இல்லையா, கேட்டு என்ன பண்ண போற, என்ன சாதிக்க போற, திருப்பி சாய் அடிக்க போறியா, அவனால சாய் அடிக்க, just forget it. எல்லாம் அவன் செயல்.
எல்லாம் அந்த ஃபால்ஸ் ஈகோ சொல்லுங்க, ஒரு வார்த்தை கேட்டு செய்யறது இல்ல அப்பலாம் பின்னாடி சொல்லலாம்.
ஆமா, அப்படி நடக்குமே எனக்கு. ஆமா, எத்தனை புக்கு வித்துட்ட இன்னைக்கு, எத்தனை புக்கு. ஒரு காலத்துல அப்பலாம் கேட்கும்போது என்னமா சொல்லுவேன், it's not a businessனுவேன். service, right? I am doing how many books. இல்ல எல்லாம் கேக்குறாங்க, அது அவரு கேக்குறாரு, இவரு கேட்டா, யாரு கேட்டா, I don't care. I do not need to answer you ன்னு சொல்றது கொஞ்சம் மண்டகரமா சொல்லுவேன். They want to find out how many books you have distributed. எவ்வளவு பணம் வந்துச்சு. I just looked at him and said, none of your business. இல்ல நான் கேட்கல, அவரு கேட்டாரு, none of his business. அப்பெல்லாம் மண்டகரமா இருந்தேன், ஒரு காலத்துல அப்படிதான் இருந்தேன். ஆனா இப்ப என்ன செய்யறேன்னா, இதெல்லாம் எப்ப தெரியுமா வந்துச்சு மாதாஜி, பக்தி தான் என் வாழ்க்கையை மாத்திருக்கு.
எப்படி பிரபு?
பக்தி லோகா அந்த புக் நான் உங்களுக்கு அனுப்பி நினைக்கிறேன், அந்த வீடியோ என்டையர் பக்தி லோகா வீடியோ நீங்க பாருங்க. Nectar of Instruction ஆரம்பிச்சோம். ஓகே,
Okay.
ஆரம்பிச்சோம். எப்போ நம்ம பக்தியில உட்கார்ந்த பக்தி வினோத் தாக்கூர் அந்த பக்தியில உட்கார்ந்த commentary on Nectar of Instruction நம்ம படிச்சோமோ, அன்னில இருந்து படிப்படியா I feel my life has start changing. You know, until சில நேரத்துல பிள்ளைங்க கத்துனா, ஒய்ஃப் கத்துனா, யாரு கத்துனாலும் சரி, just don't care. ஆத்திரம் வரும் தான், பொங்கும் மனசுல ட்ருன்னு வரும். Right? இது பொங்குனா என்ன நினைக்க போகுது? I just tell I ask this question to myself. Now I am angry. So, what can I achieve? I cannot chant properly. I cannot do things properly. Not worth it. Just forget it. அதான் சொன்னேன்ல அன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ்ல ஜட பாரதா என்னது ஜடம் ஆயிட்டாரு. ஜடம்னு என்ன, நீ என்ன அம்மாலும் சொல்லி என்ன அம்மாலும் தாக்கு. I just don't care. I just carry with your life. ஜட பாரதா is a very good example story. பெரிய லெவல்ல இருந்து ஒரு சின்ன மிஸ்டேக்னால விழுந்து ஒரு பிறவியே மானா பிறந்து லைஃப் டைம் ஆஃப் ரிக்ரெட், லைஃப் டைம் ஆஃப் ரிக்ரெட். அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி வந்து ஒரு பக்தரா பிறந்த, என்ன எப்படி பிறந்தாரு, இதுக்கு மேல ஜடம் ஆயிட்டாரு. நீ என்ன அம்மாலும் சொல்லு, முட்டாள் தான், மடையாதான், நீ என்ன அம்மாலும் சொல்லிக்க, ஜடம். சோ நம்ம இமிட்டேட் பண்ண வேணாம், ஆனா முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு
follow the footstep la Prabhu.
என்ன மாதாஜி?
Follow the footstep.
அவ்வளவுதான். No, we just try. That's why knowledge is important. Samsara Dava early in the morning, Tulsi Puja, both with meaning. Now you chant Hare Krishna. First is Hare Krishna means enna, rendavathu Hare Krishna enna, moonavathu Krishna enna, Hare Harina enna, Rama enna. Appa before you start chanting, you read Shikshastaka. படிக்கும்போது திடீர்னு அந்த உங்களோட மைண்ட் ஓடிருச்சா, read back Shikshastaka and continue chanting. You must know what you are calling upon. The Shikshastaka அந்த 8 அர்த்தத்தான் நம்மளுக்கு, அது அந்த 8 தான் நம்மளுக்கு வேணும். I want to be as tolerant as a tree, as humble as a grass. So இந்த மாதிரி தாக்குதுல என்ன வருது, இதெல்லாம் வந்து டெஸ்ட் பண்றாங்க, வந்துருச்சா, இன்னும் வரல, go on chanting. So it's somebody to test. It's like என்ன சொல்றது, it's like a QC, quality control. So once your quality is 100% perfect, you go back. Okay Mataji?
புரியுது பிரபு, ரொம்ப நன்றி பிரபு.
Nice question.
எனக்கு இந்த ஃபேஸ்ல தான் இருக்கேன் பிரபு நினைப்பேன்.
இப்போ கிளியர் ஆயிட்டீங்களே
பிரபு? Thank you so much.
கிளியர் ஆயிட்டீங்களா இல்லையா?
கிளியர் ஆயிட்டேன் பிரபு. நான் ட்ரை திருப்பி பண்றேன். சுபாலகி
பிராயச்சித்தம் இல்ல, நம்ம டிவோட்டிக்கு பிராயச்சித்தம் இல்ல.
Yeah.
நம்ம சொல்றேன் டிவோட்டி there's no பிராயச்சித்தம்.
Do it again. Always do it again.
Just do. Continue your sadhana, that's it.
Yeah.
For devotee there's no prayaschitta.
Yes.
Once they fall, they don't need to do prayaschitta. What they do, just get up and just walk. Just take your beats and start chanting. Today's Ekadasi, beautiful Ekadasi, Putrada Ekadasi, Paripovatana. So இதனால என்ன செய்யலாம், you just go on. Maybe you can do more rounds. Just have devotional service is very beautiful. ஆனா நம்ம தான் வந்து 1000 புரோட்டோகால் போட்டுட்டு குழப்படி பண்ணிக்கிறோம். நம்ம இல்ல நானு. Why should I? சரியா, வேற ஏதாச்சும் கேள்வி இருக்கா? நைஸ் क्वेश्चन.
Thank you பிரபு, thank you. அவ்வளவுதான் பிரபு.
காந்தி மாதாஜி, சரண மாதாஜி, சத்குணா மாதாஜி, வைஷ்ணவ பிரபு, சரஸ் மாதாஜி. Any questions? Any comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, when you saying Shikshastaka, that is the meaning of all that verses, the 8 verses by Lord Chaitanya, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
No, how the 8 verses, it came from that 2 combination words of the Maha Mantra.
First Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna is verse 1. Hare Krishna, verse 2. Krishna Krishna, verse 3. Hare Hare, verse 4. Hare Rama, verse 5. Hare Rama, verse 6. Rama Rama, verse 7. Hare Hare is verse 8.
Because I see it is in the book Songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas.
Yes.
It's there. So I just read this and follow this, is it?
Yes. So you try to read before you chant. That means when you chant Hare Krishna, okay, now what is my first goal in chanting Hare Krishna? I want to clear my conscience, my consciousness. I want to clear the mirror of my heart. So before you chant, read that Shikshastaka.
Okay.
All right. Then like that. So maybe you just read the first Shikshastaka, chant, like that. So
Okay.
the meaning of this, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, when you completely chant, all the 8 things that you're looking at Shikshastaka will be, that's the ultimate goal to achieve.
Oh. Okay, Prabhu, I will read
And
them.
Mataji, one thing, please, everyone here, please do not share this with anyone.
Okay.
Even though it's recording, I know, but not many people going to watch up to it, because I see that people are watching around 15-20 minutes. Other boring later they say read. It doesn't work, right? So why I'm telling you this thing, it is very, very confidential topic. Yeah. So I am expressing it here. So when you hear something confidential, when you hear something new, don't get very excited. No need to go and propagate. Oh, I know this. No need. Right? This is all Krishna's mercy. Krishna and Guru wants you to hear this. Of course, it's my good fortune also. I stumble upon in that book. So wow. All this I read when my daughter was admitted. I was too free sitting there. Chan, why valichona? Then I opened it. I said, I read all these books. In the book, oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, Mataji.
Prabhu, what's the book's name, Prabhu?
Bhajana Rahasya.
Okay.
Bhajana Rahasya.
Thank
So far, this book is not available in ISKCON yet. I'm reading it from Gaudiya Math. Maybe I can share the PDF if you all want it.
That will be great, Prabhu.
Huh?
That'll be nice.
Yes. All right. Because I'm open to, as long all this comes under our Parambara, Acharya. So to see. I think Banu Maharaj have translated, but it's not available in PDF. You only can buy it in India. I think Bhajana Rahasya was written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, if I'm not mistaken. I can't recall. Yeah, it's not here with me now. So if you all want, send me who wants this PDF copy? You can ask me, because I don't want to share.
I need it, Prabhu.
Who's that? Oh, Channel Lakshmi Mataji. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
I share with you. Then Saki Mataji, you raised your hand.
எனக்கும் வேணும் பிரபு.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I see it in the, I Google Bhajana Rahasya by Bhakti Vinoda Thakur.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay. Yes.
It's in Google actually.
Use Google. You can see under Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Institute.org. Yeah.
Yes. Other than pathina, it doesn't have PDF. You have to on that. PDF you can print.
Yeah. Okay. Can share.
This is under purebhakti.com.
Okay. Okay, bro.
I'll send to you on this, Mataji?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Sadguna Mataji. Nanda Devi Mataji, do you want?
Yes, Prabhu. Please share, Prabhu.
Right. How about you, Saras Mataji? Do you want? Which book, Prabhu? Yeah, Bhajana Rahasya. Saki Mataji?
எனக்கு வேணும் பிரபு. நம்ம சொன்னீங்க.
Which book கேட்டிருக்கீங்க? கேள்வி முத கேட்டிங்களோ?
மொத கேட்டேன் பிரபு.
சரி இப்பதான் மெசேஜ் பார்க்குறேன். ஓகே, நான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு பர்சனல் அனுப்பிடுறேன். Keep it for your own reference and try to read and study for your own relishment and nourishment. சரியா? Do not need to ரெண்டு விஷயம் தெரிஞ்சா just for your own nourishment, but it is amazing. You will not, when you read this, then you start to understand Prabhupada's purpose. Oh, fantastic. You start to understand a lot of things. All right. So, okay. So, if there's no question, we end the session here. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhescha. Kripa sindhu bevacha. Patitanam pavinibhi vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.